Hi there, welcome to a new video. This video very nearly didn't happen, or at least didn't happen in the way it's being presented. Late last week I was sort of in a creative rut. I could not think of things to do. I had no drive to make comics, which is not very usual. That's not common. This is a rare thing to happen. The following Mimosa, I'd been given a 3-page fantasy comic, and it looked like even more fun. But sometimes the project can just become a millstone. I'd got a deadline effectively to the end of the year to get it done, and I didn't have to worry about lettering. And although there were 3 pages, there were hardly any panels. The first page was just black. The second page had 2 panels, one of which was also black, and the third page had 2 panels. So I was like, 3 panels over 2 pages for a 3-page comic, one of which is already done for me. And I got to the end of the year to do it. Yeah, this should be really quick and easy, right? Well, rough pencils did take hardly any time at all, and then it was time to do the final pencils and inks. And page 2 was done in one evening, and all that remains was 2 panels on 1 page. It should take like another evening, right? Well, wrong, as it turns out. Real life and other events just got in the way. It was a whole week from finishing off the first page and me starting on the page 3, and whilst I was generally happy with the first panel on that page, the second panel I just wasn't happy with. At the same time, the amount of time I could dedicate to the project was dwindling significantly, due to sort of pressures from like my day job, and just people asking me to do stuff, take this to the tip, or oh, there's a spider in the bathroom, and can I do this, and can I do that, and of course I can. Of course I can do this. Of course I will do these things. But it just meant that it's very hard to sort of find, to get inspired or motivated. Not the right word, but energized to sort of knuckle down and get this final page done. And when I did have an hour to spare, I still could not face just drawing, which is also an unusual occurrence. Things eventually came to a head when I was stuck in a hospital waiting area with my daughter for the best part of 4.5 hours. Now, don't panic. A family member who was in hospital was okay. I had some substantial bed rest, but we were not allowed to be in there, so all we could do was wait in a different area of the hospital. But in that 4.5 hours, I was able to finish that final page, just drawing a little bit here, maybe stopping for a little bit, grabbing a coffee, and then carrying on. My daughter read her Beano and she had a nap. All of this, I suppose, is a way to talk about the nature of burnout. I'm not 100% convinced that I like the term. It's not sure it's very descriptive of what it really is, or even if I'm describing it correctly. So burnout implies that things end its functional life and is to be disposed of and replaced. Fuses burn out, light bulbs burn out, and at some point in the far distant future, the stars in the sky will burn out. They can't be replaced. And I think it's probably better instead for us to think of our creativity, our motivation, our get up and go as almost like a battery. Right, and as we do projects, as we go through life, the battery it depletes, and sometimes we start a project and we've got just enough charge to get that battery we've got just enough charge in the battery to get that project over the line and done. And sometimes finishing a project will charge your battery up for you a little bit, but occasionally it doesn't matter how many projects you finish. At a certain point, the battery there's not enough charge left for you to sort of maintain the output. At that point, it's time to charge your battery. So if our batteries can run down and need recharging, how are we going to do that? And I think the best way we can recharge our batteries is the best way we can recharge our creativity batteries, I think, is to take in someone else's creativity, watch some TV, play some video games. I watched Spider-Man Far From Home the other day, and I was really enjoying watching Tobey Maguire be Spider-Man one more time, and then I realised that the first Spider-Man film with Tobey Maguire came out nearly 25 years ago. where did that time go? And sat in the hospital waiting area with no distractions. There's no chores. I haven't got to take anything to the tip or change light bulbs or do anything. I've just literally got to sit there and wait. I was able to finish that final page, just chipping away a little bit here, maybe going to get a coffee, coming back and doing something else, and then doing another bit on the page. And once I'd finished that final panel, the feeling of relief was palpable, and dare I say it, I felt my battery had a little more charge than it had before. So it was great to get that out of the way, to get that project sort of done, and I said, yep, it's done. I can send that off to the people, and we can maybe start a next project. And by just thinking like that, my battery's has more charge. And I got given another script this week, this time for a 2-page story. This one features pirates and Aztec zombies, and also we're deep into the first draft of the next Sterling book. Yes, I'm working on a Sterling book, and I think it's been really useful to sort of have like a slightly slower pace of work. The getting a page drawn in 4.5 hours is kind of slow. Well, I guess if I take 2 hours a night and I draw a page in 2 nights, then it's roughly the same amount of time. But it's hard to find the motivation when your battery is pretty much drained. So ability to finish this project has helped recharge my batteries. This new script is recharging my batteries, and it's given me sort of a desire to sort of sit down and start the first draft of the next Sterling book as well, which has been handy. This has been a somewhat rambly video talking about the nature of like motivation, burning out, creativity, and sort of finding that get up and go to sort of, get up and go. Next video will probably be one of the last videos of the year. Let me just double check my calendar. So what we're saying is this one was there. Yeah, next one will probably be the last one of the year. So I'm not sure what we're going to cover next week. Maybe we'll start looking into a couple of videos that I've seen recently, and maybe we'll talk about those. In the meantime, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you've got a question or something you want me to find out about comics, put it in the questions below and we'll have a look. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye now.